What's good? It's your boy Cash in the building, aka Alston Alston. I haven't done a video about my transition in a while, so I figured just kind of update update and educate. But yeah, I've been on T. I think like 3 years, 3.5 years. I feel like it may be almost 4. Um, I actually really stopped counting a while ago. That's just a guesstimate. Just because, I mean, after a while, you just start living. You feel me? Like I'm not all pressed about, oh, I've been on T this long, da da da, yada yada yada. Like once I started and then just kind of got in the habit, it's just like, dang, stop counting and just start living. But yeah, I think it's about 3.5 years. I take my shots once a week. I'm supposed to take them once a week. I really don't. I probably take my shots like I'm very inconsistent with taking my shots, and I try to get better at it. But to me, it's just a hassle sometimes. Like I don't really feel like dealing with it. I don't really feel like doing it. I know that it has to be done. So sometimes I do it like I'm supposed to every week. Sometimes I do it every 2 weeks. Sometimes I do it every 3 weeks. Sometimes I do it every 4 weeks. When I feel like it's been too long, then I try to get a little bit more consistent with it. I know some people say that it kind of messes with their levels when they're behind on their shots. I personally, it's very, very rare that I can feel um, when I can feel the effects of me being inconsistent with my shots. But most of the time, I mean, I feel pretty normal whether I'm consistent or inconsistent. I pretty much feel the same. Sometimes I can notice I may be a little bit more irritable if I go too long without a shot. Sometimes I can be irritable even if I'm consistent with my shots. So I don't know. It's just kind of like know your body, and just kind of listen to your body, and your body will kind of tell you what it is that you need to do. My body is just like, do you, bruh? You want to take your shot? Take your shot. You don't want to take your shot? Don't take a shot. Do it. Do you? Do you? Live your life. So that's kind of how my body is. Sometimes, with me being inconsistent, some things may pop up. Trigger alert. But yeah, those monthly things. But if that does happen, it's very, 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 very light, and it's very, very, very short. I haven't had a hysterectomy yet. Um, I haven't had any surgeries yet, to be honest. I'm not. Surgeries just make me nervous. Like I just thought about it right now, and I got kind of nervous. I don't like the idea of going to sleep and just needles and knives and being asleep. I just don't know about all that. But there will come a time when I will have to face those fears and issues. The first procedure that I will get done, though, will be my top surgery. Hopefully, I'll get that done before the end of this year. I submitted all my paperwork. Everything has been approved. Literally, it's just me procrastinating and being a little punk. It's why I haven't gotten it done yet or have a surgery date. But I'm getting past all of that, and I am getting a little bit more comfortable with the idea of setting a date and preparing myself mentally and physically to go ahead and at least get top surgery. As far as hysterectomies go, I do feel as if that one is a little bit more tougher as far as recovery goes, in the surgery, from what I've researched. So I'm not too sure when I'm going to get that done, or if I'm going to get that done. I'm probably am going to get it done. I just don't know when. But top surgery is definitely priority for me right now. So that's what I'm focused on. Like I said, I literally just have to set a date and swipe my card, and top surgery is set. Um, so let's see, what else? Oh, so back to my shots. I do take my shots once a week. I'm supposed to use, I don't even know what size needle tip this is, but this is what I believe most people use when they inject. But this was a little, I mean, doing this I applaud you to whoever's out there and you stick yourself weekly with this. I applaud you. Because I can't do it. I can't do it. I used to, and then when I first started, I used to stick myself with this until one day I looked at it and was like, bruh, do you see this? This has to go in you. So ever since then, I kind of freaked myself out. So what I did was I told the doctor, like, hey, I need something else because this is not going to work for me weekly. Not this. So they switched it from this to this size, if you can see. So now I inject with this. To me, it's just a little bit more comfortable. And I mean, you can literally see the difference. So I mean, it's not too much of a difference, but it's a difference enough for me that I feel more comfortable with this versus this. So if you do have this and you're having a hard time doing your own shots, I highly recommend you switch to this. Okay, it's easier. It doesn't hurt as bad. It doesn't feel as uncomfortable going in. I do it in my thigh, so just a little tip. I mean, you can switch your needles to whatever you feel comfortable with. They want you to use this. I use this. But it's up to you. You do, whatever you feel comfortable. You know, do your thing. But for me, I gotta use this one. So this is what I use when I inject. Once again, it's this size right here. Can you see? Get in focus. Well, anyway, it's the 25 gauge by 5/8. I believe that's how you say it. Well, anyway, that's what I use. Like I said, it does make it a little bit more easier and less intimidating for me when I take my shot. So hopefully that helps anybody else that's out there that has any issues with doing their own shot. I do my own shots. When I first started taking tea, somebody that I was dating at the time was doing it just because they're in the healthcare industry. That was just like their thing. But now, current day, and for the last the last 2.5, 3 years, 4, whatever, I've been doing it myself. So once I switched that needle, I didn't have any problem. It's just do 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 do, and I'm done. So like I said, hopefully that helps you out. Just know that you can switch your needles. Nobody ever told me that. That's just kind of something that I came across. So hopefully that helped you out. At least that part. Okay. There you go. That's what I use. Is it? Okay. Anyway, that's what I use. What else? I have a daughter. Me and my girlfriend, we did conceive a child. I was able to have a blood donor on my family to donate. So I was really blessed and very, very appreciative as far as that goes. So my daughter is my blood. That was very, very, very important to me. I know a lot of trans people go through different donors and different ways to be able to build a family. But my biggest thing is that I want my family, I want my kids to have some type of part of my blood running through their veins. Not to go against or offend or knock down anybody that's doing it the other way, where you just go into a bank or you find a donor that you don't know that's not related to you. Because at the end of the day, it's whatever you can do to make sure that you grow your family, to make sure that you're happy, to make sure you're comfortable, and that, you know, it's really all up to you. But that was a big thing to me, and it's still a big thing to me. I don't like the idea of just being I think being trans is a lot to deal with in itself. And then to start to bring in kids and start to build your family, to give me that feeling of normality, or whatever. It was important to me that when I looked at my kids, that I knew that they had some part of me in them. It may not come directly through me as far as just being able to, you know, and jazz it up, jizz it up, jizz it up, jizz it up, jizz it up. Don't ask, anyway. But instead of, that's the closest that I can get to it. So I did that, we did that, and I could post another video about how we did that. It took us, honestly, one good time, and it worked. And we did this not through any doctors and nothing like that. We just went to the store, got everything we need, fam bam, hooked it up, did whatever he had to do, and bing bang pow. 9 months later, I got a kid. My daughter's 8 months old, and she's living her best life, happy and healthy. So that's that. What else? My girlfriend, a lot of people do ask me, how do I feel about my girlfriend identifying as lesbian? And with me being trans, how does that affect anything? Or how do I feel about that? But as far as that goes, honestly, I don't really deal with it. And I say that because I don't have to deal with it. It's very rare that anybody, I say very rare, but it's really slim to none that anybody really even knows that I'm trans and that she's a lesbian. We don't advertise it. I mean, we're not ashamed, and if somebody asks or somebody wants to know or we need to educate somebody, we're more than happy to talk about it. But it's just that we are never put in a situation where we have to defend who we are or what we are, or explain or define what it is that we are doing or how we did it. When we go out in public, they see me as just a regular cis male, and they see her as just a regular female. And I mean, that's just how we roll, Don't nobody really second guess it. And then we have the baby on top of that. So nobody ever really brings it to our attention to where I have to deal with it. She doesn't make me feel self-conscious or anything like that because of what she identifies as. She loves me. She supports me. I love her. So, I mean, it's not as big of a deal as everybody wants it to be or thinks that it is. Honestly, we don't even really think about it. We're just us. She's her, I'm me, and together we're us. And that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, I just want to do that quick video. Give a little info. I will try to do more videos. I am going to do a video with my girlfriend, introducing her, so that way you guys can post any questions that you have or anything like that. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I'll definitely get back to you, or message me, or do whatever you got to do. I'm about to lay down, take a nap, because I'm a little tired. But yeah, live life, be blessed, stay true. I'm out.